Do you love a fun fold in your card making? My latest Sketch Starters with Nicole was just screaming for a gatefold, but I thought I'd amp it up a little bit with a few extra surprises. Both of today's cards are modified gatefold cards, meaning that they're not actually going to fold right in the center. I've offset them a little bit to go along with the sketch. There's also a few extra surprises that you're going to see as we go along. So the first surprise is that I am using a piece of cardstock that measures 11 by 4 1/4. So that means its finished size is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but it's going to be the long and skinny way. So for my first card, I'm going to score at 1 1/4 inches. So let me just do that right here. And that's going to be the smaller part of my gatefold, obviously. And then I'm going to flip my cardstock around and do my second at 4 1/4. So now I have exactly what I need for my first gatefold. And when I fold this side over, and then this little flap, you can see that I've got matching edges. The next thing I'm going to do is finish up the card base. So I have this little strip here, and I'm going to decorate it with this strip of cardstock from the Enjoy the Ride cardstock pack. There we go. And so just add on this little strip on the bottom. Make sure that lines up perfectly, and then I can trim off the excess on the opposite side with my snips. This is where the next surprise comes in. Now I'm going to take some double-sided tape and add it to either end of the little tab here. So add that to the ends, and then peel it off. And if I have any excess that's rolled over, I can just kind of pop it back in. There we go. And I'm going to close that up on these edges. Now, I'm sure you're really wondering why we're going to do that. And it's because we're turning this into a gift card. So I have my little dummy gift card here. It's just a piece of cardstock that I cut down to a gift card size and added a little graphic to, but you could use an old card of your own if you want to make sure that it's going to fit. But see, my gift card fits right in there, and it'll fit either way. And so now I'm going to have like this modified gatefold gift card. So let's work on this side, and then I'll show you how we'll make it stand up. All right, so to finish up this background, I just want to add in a little bit of ink blending. So I'm going to use cotton candy and one of our ink blending brushes to add a little bit of blending to this side. Now this is still the front of the card. This is the back right now. So just gently come into the edge of the card here. Just add this nice little pink cloud. There we go. And I'm not too worried about the edge because that's going to be covered up in a minute here. All right, so now I have a few pieces here from the Enjoy the Ride Build a Flower Ephemera pack. And I want to arrange them so that the bottoms of these flowers are going to actually be on the bottom here. And that's going to help give this front of the card that 5 1/2 inch shape that will allow it to stand up. So I'm going to arrange the flowers in such a way that they work on this card. So kind of like so. Just a little bit of something like that. And you can see that by arranging these flowers so that I've got some sitting on the bottom here, that's going to help make the card stand up properly. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is glue the flowers together. So I just need a little bit of glue on this one edge. There we go. And then I can remove those and glue my pieces of leaf down. So about like so. And like so, and it's okay that it goes off the edge there. And see, I have a little bit of glue here that I need to clean up. So make sure that you clean up any overhang. There we go. And then I can go ahead and place my flowers back down. Now remember, you'll want to just add glue to the top section so that it's not going down into our little gatefold section. There we go. So I've got those in place, and now I can just flip this open and double check and make sure that I don't have any glue hanging over and that there's no glue here. Otherwise it will seal shut, and boy, will that be a surprise for your recipient. The last thing I need to do is add a sentiment and some bling. So I've got this Congrats die cut in navy blue from the Signature Words die set, and I will go ahead and add that onto the card. And when you're gluing this on, remember, you don't need glue everywhere. You just need to get it in some key places so that it will stick down successfully. I'm actually going to put it across the flowers, just like so. And then for my sequins, I'm going to work them out in a triangular pattern. So I'll put a large sequence and a teeny tiny sequence here, and then a medium-sized sequence over here on the side. And that will finish up this card. Now our first card is finished, and you can see that we've got this really cool card that will stand up on its own without tilting in an odd way. And it has that secret compartment inside for our gift card. Let's take a look at how I can interpret this just a little differently. For my second take, we'll be doing essentially the same thing. I am going to flip the sketch on its side, and we're going to modify the measurements slightly. So with this gatefold style, especially with the gift card added in, you don't really need to stick to a certain width on either side. You just need to make sure that both sides of the card end up equaling the full dimension of the card. So in this case, I want it to equal 5.5 inches. So anything that I do just needs to equal 5.5 inches. So in this case, I'm going to come in at 1 3/4 inches. So here I am at 1 3/4 inches. And then on the other side, I want to come in 3 3/4 inches. So if I add 3 3/4 and 1 3/4 inches, I get 5.5. So that's exactly the measurements that I need to make this card equal on both sides. So here we are again with a piece of accent cardstock and some ink blending to do. So I'll go ahead and add on my piece of cardstock to the flap side. And this is sized at the 1 3/4 inches so that it will fit right on this flap perfectly. There we go. And then I just need to do some ink blending on this side to complete the look. So this time I'm using Peach Perfect, also from the 4 Scoops set, and another blending brush. And I'm going to do the same treatment, just a nice little glow of this peachy orange on the edge here. All right, to finish up this card, let's start by securing that flap. So I have some double-sided tape already at the top and the bottom of the flap. So I can just remove the backing and go ahead and secure that down. So now I have my little pocket for my gift card. And then on the left-hand side, I'm going to add in some more ephemera from the Enjoy the Ride set. And I have this really large piece of greenery that I want to pop in here, but it is just a little bigger than I'd like. So I'm going to cut off this little piece here, and the rest will be hidden behind. So it'll come over like that. And this will kind of go right at the center mark. Let's get this adjusted. There we go. And then I'll pop this guy underneath here just to give him a little bit more, but to get it also within the confines of the card. So let's put a little bit of adhesive on these pieces here, since I have them in place. And then I can put my piece of ephemera over. And basically what I've done here is I'm lining up the center of the cage to the mark on the split for the card. So there we go for that. And then I know when I add my adhesive on this to glue it down finally, I don't want to go past the center of the cage. There we go. So now I can pop that right back into place. Secure down all those pieces. And then I thought I would add a few other little whimsical steps. So I'm going to pop this little butterfly up here, but I'm going to add some gold thread behind it. And I just want one piece of this whole piece of thread. It's quite thick, and so what I'm going to do is just fray away the edge here and grab one piece of the 3 plies, and then you just pull the rest away, and you have to keep pulling it and pull this part away here until it can pull away cleanly. There we go. So now I have just one little single filament, and I'm going to wrap it around a few fingers here, and that's going to make this little round that I can put behind the butterfly. So I've got that. I'm going to add some foam adhesives to my butterfly, which I put way over here. And these are going to help that filament stick down and then also pop it up right off of the page. So I've got my little round here, and I'm going to pop my butterfly right on top of it and pick it all up in one piece. Add my foam to the back there. And now I can pop this right onto my card. And if I have a little piece that's a little too long, I could just snip that off there. So now I have a little bit of gold on there. And then if I wanted to, I can add in a few more pieces of sequins, and of course my sentiment. I'm using the congrats again. I thought they would, it works really well obviously with a gift card holder. So why not have a few of these in my stash? So again, just little bits of glue. I can pop that right over the bottom, just like so. And then if I wanted to add in some sequins again, I can do that, and I can even add some over on the other side here. So that looks like a pretty good placement. And then I can just pop these on. I hope you enjoyed this unexpected twist on the classic gatefold. Do you have any fun fold favorites? Leave it down in the comments. I'd love to know. I'm so glad you joined me today, and if you happen to use this sketch, don't forget to hashtag altenew sketch starters out on your social media posts. I had a lot of fun creating with you, and I'll be back soon with another sketch starters. But until next time, happy crafting. Help support my craft education efforts by clicking on the subscribe button and the little bell so you'll get notified when I create new content just for you. If you're looking for something else to watch, how about one of these crafty videos?